Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a character that's been stuck in my head since I finished watching Castlevania Nocturne, and that's Old Man Coyote. Now, I know he doesn't get a lot of screen time, and he doesn't say a word, but every time I saw him I got this weird feeling that he's way more important than the show lets on. So in this video, I'm breaking down who I think he is, what we know from the show, and where I think he could fit in the next season. So without further ado, let's jump in. When I first saw Old Man Coyote, I thought he was just going to be some background character. But then I noticed he's always around during serious moments. He doesn't speak, he doesn't fight, but the camera makes sure we see him. In my opinion, that's not random. Ulrich calls him Old Man Coyote, which I took the time out to immediately look up on Reddit, Google, YouTube. I was like, okay, I need information. And I ended up finding out that in Native American stories, Old Man Coyote is usually a trickster, someone who's smart, sneaky, and knows more than they let on. Then Ulrich also calls him Mephistopheles, which I hope I pronounced that right. But that's a name for a devil type figure from European stories. So now I'm thinking, this guy might not even be human. He might be some kind of spirit or ancient being that's been around for a very long time. Touching more on him not being human, clearly he's not human with the smoke and the sinister laugh and the disappearing and reappearing. But he might have been like a vampire. I don't know. I was just guessing. In season 2, Old Man Coyote doesn't do a lot, but at the same time, he kinda does. He shows up at weirdly perfect times, like when someone dies or right at a major fight. One scene that really stood out to me was when he was watching over Maria and her mom. He didn't say anything, but the way it was framed made me feel like he knew something big was coming. Like there was a purpose. It made me think, he's probably keeping an eye on everything, like he's making sure things play out just a certain way, almost like watching for that added insurance. So here's what I think might happen with Old Man Coyote next season. He might end up being a villain. All that mystery, all the silence, it could mean that he's building towards something dangerous. We don't know yet, but I think my guess is just as good as anyone else's. He also could be some kind of god or spirit that tests people. Maybe he's not good or evil. He just shows up when the world is about to change. And I think it's fitting because the Castlevania Nocturne universe is placed between or during a time where there's a revolution. And again, a revolution is a sign of major change. And then lastly, I also think he might be connected to a bigger evil we haven't seen yet. So again, kind of similar to Drolta was introduced and then we find out Ursabet is a thing. It could be the same thing with Old Man Coyote. Maybe he's working for, I don't know, Satan, literally the devil. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he's been working behind the scenes with, again, somebody more formidable and they've just been orchestrating behind the scenes. So I'm just guessing here, but I feel like the show wouldn't spend time showing him if he wasn't going to matter later. And honestly, I can't wait to find out more. Seriously, I'm not sure if the writers get a kink or a kick out of this, but they're turning me into a literal vampire because I've just been bloodthirsty for more content. So even though he doesn't have much screen time, I actually really like the concept of Old Man Coyote. Characters like him always get my attention. Mainly because again, he's calm, he's quiet, a little bit spooky, but not in a bad way. He just gives off this powerful vibe, and I think what made him come across as powerful is the fact that Ulrich's name dropped him, and even Ulrich seemed a little uneasy about his presence. So it just added to that mystery behind him. And I also love it when the writers or shows, they make me ask questions like, hey, who is this guy? Or what does he actually want? Is what is he scheming? What is he plotting? That kind of mystery really keeps me watching, and I don't know about y'all, but it keeps me on Reddit, Google, YouTube, and I'm listening to people talk about characters like this because I just want to know more. So yeah, that's my take on Old Man Coyote in Castlevania Nocturne. I think he's going to be a big part of the story going forward, and I'm also excited to see what the writers do with him because again, there's so much potential with the writing. And also, if you like this breakdown, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, leave a comment with your own theory about Old Man Coyote, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm actually getting really close to my 1,000 subscriber goal, and your support really helps me keep going. Also, if you want more deep dives like this, check out my Castlevania Nocturne playlist. I've got a bunch of character breakdowns in there, and I'm always adding more. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.